Hey y'all, what is going on? I am actually rushing a bit. Actually, not a bit, a lot. But I wanted to come up on here and just kind of touch base on a few subject matters, if you would not mind. If you would not mind. Actually, hold on for one momento. Hold on for one momento, okay? All about aesthetics. It's 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 all about. Oh, there we go. They're my earrings. It's all about aesthetics. It's all about. See? Okay. Cool beans. All right. Embrace me as you are. Embrace me as you are. Yeah. So, hold on. This is like surgery. This is like what it's like doing. I forgot what people do when it comes to like eye. Oh yeah, like the eye makeup. We need silence. Absolute silence. Okay. It's almost like surgery. Okay, so some of the things I wanted to touch base on right now. I mean, obviously, with people within the government trying to ask me off. I hope you guys saw what I had on my Facebook in reference to articles and things of that nature. I will definitely break it down, but some things I wanted to touch base with you right now is in reference to how Black people are trying, Black people within the Black community on the dark side, not dark complexion, don't get it twisted. The dark evil side is trying to save face right now with all the bullshit that they've been doing under the whole nigger and coon agenda. And so it's different people that are, within the Black community, different, literally different walks of life, different facial features, different colors and everything, and salaries, locations, but they all belong to the group where it's the dark evil side who have, participated and delighted in abusing me. Now, the other day when I got onto social media, I saw somebody definitely having that moment where it's just like, somebody's like really like, mentioning you or talking about you, and then they just be quiet. This person was on a live, and all of a sudden, like, the subject matter had changed. It was like mid stop. Like it ended with oh, she's so self-centered, and no, like in her own world and things of that nature. And I got confirmations before about, those kind of references in regards to myself. And it's nothing but just heavy projections at this point, because I've already have tons of receipts where I've literally put people in the forefront. And I've also clapped for people who had like relative problems. Again, the little fires, I've clapped for those. I've definitely, because people have used my words in order to help them. And I've clapped for those people because I was like, okay, well, that's excellent. We actually need to see exactly like how bad that this can get. Now, the fact that some of the people that are lingering don't know when to quit and like stop their fucking yapping in order to save face for being abusive and have participated in that bullshit is insane, bro. It's insane. And I say that because these people knew better. These people have kids. These people have jobs. These people have positions and titles and all that other kind of stuff. And yet they still, with their mouths, decided to say what they wanted to say in order to try to save face. They will either make up lies continually. They will try to distract. They will try to deflect and try to use any kind of excuse possible in order to either to like escape judgment, really, to escape judgment for the BS that they've done. Okay, sweetie, where is the other one? Oh, it's right here. Okay, that did not. Mhm, 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 mhm. Does she save the day with this? I'm done, really. That was no. Actually, it can be saved. Okay, let's do it like this. Okay, so yeah, one of the things I wanted to touch base on is the fact that people were saying that I'm self-centered. But the thing is that I have plenty of evidence that disproves that, and people are really talking from a hurt place because I'm no longer allowing people to get away with any of the. I'm being not not that I ever was letting people get away with the bullshit. It's just that I'm being more demanding and louder with the disrespect that's been going on and that you guys have been trying to silence or try to get away with. And so now you guys are trying to tell me that you think that I'm so now you guys are trying to tell me that you think that I'm the quote unquote bad guy and that I'm supposedly supposed to be self-centered. When in actuality, I've I've given you examples of how I have been unjustly mistreated and how I've, took the time to just kind of like your compliments and things of that nature was not working for me. And the whole, oh, you're not alone, like duh, if you're stalking me, like warrioring me and things of that nature. I get that. That's called human zoo. That's not support. That's human zoo. That's voyeurism. That's a form of abuse. That's psychological abuse that has manifested um, that started out online and manifested itself offline to the point where you guys wanted to get closer to me, where you guys wanted to be in my energy, and where you guys wanted to just like do the most in order to disrupt my life. And during that time, I was talking to you guys with patience and with compassion, and just, maybe this was a misunderstanding on some kind of matters of that nature. And the blowback or the aftermath that caused other people to want to invoke that into their own lives against their own targets you know really had me be sympathetic and still not just with the victims but also with you guys saying like, hey, look, do you see what's going on? Like, we really need to make this shit known. And all the while you guys were really getting your rocks off. This was becoming very, everybody has ego, but this wasn't a healthy ego. You guys were becoming extremely egotistical and very sinister and evil with this. Like, it was delighting you to see me actually feel for these people. Like any kind of any kind of, I guess, like sadness or anger or anything of that nature. Remember, it got your rocks off. It got egotistical. So just listen to the people who I'm being judged by when you guys want to call me self-centered. I've also mentioned before that I have your screenshots, your and screen recordings and links and that nature of you guys really just, being passive aggressive, talking reckless, and using the same kind of insults that you would keep in your group chat, and putting it out onto the real world. And for a lot of those people, disappointingly, were Democrats. I am not a Republican. still. I'm just saying that it was really disgusting to see it from my own camp. But then again, if I saw it from my own family, my own community, from my own town, from my own state, from my own race, then yeah, it just got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Like I said, in Shamal situations. And again, you blacks and non-blacks decided to really just open up y'all stupid fucking mouths and was just like, I'm self-centered. I have once more in the mid in the time when I was expecting for the government to do its fucking job, I was, doing my part, but I was also not. You guys didn't even have to open your mouths. I went ahead and started making like some content in order to guys for you guys to be, safe out there. And in the meantime, I definitely did. I kept speaking up, but I was just definitely expecting, and because a lot of you people were saying that, oh, supposedly, this is under investigation, help is on the way, da 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 da. Da. But then all of a sudden, the offenses that you guys have been doing got worse. Like you guys were definitely trying to kill me, thinking that I was going to sit quiet and crisscross applesauce, expecting, just somebody to come save me. Meanwhile, I've been the one that's been making my own little banners and things of that nature in order to let the world know exactly what the fuck is going on, not before even knowing that how much and how many people within the world were being fucking destructive and deciding to wanting to go ahead and rejoice and harming me and getting away with making their fortunes off my back. Them also people who didn't get their fortunes were just being perverts and feeling like a self of power. Again, unhealthy ego. I was also mentioning the matters of the feeling like a canary in a coal mine where you guys were ultimately just using me. And this is just for, again, I was putting this out on social media. I wasn't trying to have a target audience with anybody, with particular people. I was trying to basically get this message known for everybody. Like, hey, look, this is some serious shit going on right now. We need to make this known. Can you guys spread the word? And, eventually I was like, I would really like some help too, because the what they're doing is getting worse. And they're not just hurting me, they're hurting my cats too. Like we were having the same symptoms where like, the pain in the eyes and the itchy skin and these horrible bumps because of the I think it's called, it's obviously tactical warfare. So you guys were doing a bunch of things that were harming me and my pets and my livelihood and things of that nature, and you thought it was funny and entertainment, and yet still out of your fucking big ass stupid ass motherfucking lips you were saying some shit of I'm self-centered. Let me give you to you like this, since a lot of you bitches like to travel right now. um Imagine, if you will, you are on a flight and the plane is having a great amount of turbulence and you are next to your child. You don't think about putting, you know that you possibly are in danger because the intercom or announcement is saying, from the cockpit is saying like, hey, look, we're having some trouble right now. And all of a sudden, like, you can't even think right now. There's the masks are falling from above, and you have a child who you actually love. Like, let's pretend that you actually love people. And you love that child, because a lot of you guys have been having children just for fucking trends and shit like that, and not for genuine, you know, genuine love or like a genuine purpose, except for a self-serving one. But anyway, so imagine, if you will, that you actually adore your fucking child and you think of nothing else. You immediately want to put on that child's mask, right? And then you try to put on your own, when actually the rule is for you to go ahead and put the mask on yourself before you go ahead and help anybody else. But you don't think like that. That's not what you're thinking. If you have a loved one, it doesn't have to be a child, but if you have a loved one, normally you think of, the safety of other people. And at some point in time, I was thinking that, okay, look, I at least have enough stamina or air basically in order to put the mask on you while I'm holding my breath, because I got me, I'm good. But I'm saying exactly about like all the heavy weight that's going on against me. And because remember, it took a lot of you punk ass, stupid ass bitches in order to come against me. And you did it behind my back. So I'm over here like fighting in the dark, but I'm still holding my own. And yet you over here now using like little other harder weapons in order to come up against me, which y'all punk ass selves. So, and this goes for mostly women and the men who wanted women's favor, women's attention, and just insecure men. A lot of insecure men. So, with that said, y'all bitches were over here fighting me in the fucking dark, trying to speak over me and be on that punk ass bitch ass shit. And yet y'all still wanted to call me self-centered. Stop it. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. I have not only been the canary in a coal mine, but I have been the person to put on the mask before you, still, believing that I can, it's like being the life, it's not even being a lifeguard, but it's just like, you're somebody who I wanted to help while, I saw you drowning and you try to use me as a life buoy. Instead, what I'm doing, since I know exactly your intentions and what kind of fuck shit you're on, I'm pushing you the fuck off me, bitch. Okay, I'm pushing you the fuck off me, and I'm going ahead to save myself as I should. And I thought it was all totally a miscommunication here. But no, like you just really had some evil fucking intentions. Like you really just wanted to okay, good. You just really wanted to harm me. You were never really drowning. Well, no, it's not that you no, you were drowning. And you were trying to not make it with me together to get on the boat. You just wanted to make it yourself. And I'm just like, bitch, get the fuck off me. So I kick you. Okay. I kick you because you can stay afloat for a bit. You just don't want to. You rather just kind of flail your arms and have somebody else do all the legwork for you. And I'm just not with that shit. I see situations for what it is, and you guys ultimately have been trying to do your most in order to harm me. And I what can I say? Go fuck yourselves. So when you speak on some dumb shit saying like, oh yeah, she's self-centered, cat, such fucking cat, bitch, stop. Because it's been y'all that's been self-centered the whole entire fucking time. It's been before I even knew I was even being fucking stalked and shit like that. You guys were banking on me being naive. You guys were banking on me being dead. You guys were banking on you guys getting away completely and totally scot-free without anyone knowing exactly how wicked and evil, unprovoked, and for no just cause that you were, that you are, that you fucking are. So yeah, there's there's nothing in here for me in regards to wanting to, give you bitches sympathy or any understanding because you've shown me, your intentions. You've shown me exactly where your mindset is, and you've used the poorest excuse of trying to project and still remaining bitch ass people. Bitch ass people. Do stop it, because what happens is that it is not new to us that people from the outside judge us collectively, okay? But what I wanted it to be known, especially since you bitches were for a very long time trying to segregate between who's going to be the poodle for other people. It's confusing. Um, one more time for one more time. One more time for one more time. Wait. Okay. So, yeah. I have just been living I normally don't do my nose. I really don't. Not really. It's just that I made a little faux pas by wiping really too early on my nose, like through my nose. And so I'm doing this. But typically I don't need to do my nose or like the sides. Unless I am trying to hide the under eye parts. I actually have to make this a little bit more down here. Is you a little crush on the coffee every. So I mean that's just one of the things that I wanted to touch up on the subject matters because like again one of the girls that had got caught unalive she really tried to switch it up and the thing was it's just that it's wild when you sign in to see somebody who you know who you followed or subscribed to because what happens is that whoever I try to follow or subscribe to the flying monkeys who have been hacking me and things of that nature would go about by contacting that person and trying to vilify me and definitely trying to taint my character and then that person no longer becomes you know like a valuable source of you know of safety you know like you don't have to like me but to show me that you know you don't have any respect on like I'm not asking you to like me I'm not asking you to be my friend I'm just saying like you know you don't have to try to trigger or provoke anything about me or like you know just who I am as a human being because you want to be you know affiliated with the niggers and coons. I mean, if you do, then go ahead, but don't be mad when I call you out, or if I should decide to call you out and have like fucking receipts and shit like that. Like, bruh, you know what I mean? Like, it's so weird. And then y'all get mad, or you'll try to like insinuate and point out, or try to blame me, victim blame me, and saying like, oh, well, you need to go out there, be socialize, and make friends and things of that nature. When the whole entire time you literally gave me a reason, an excuse to, you know, to your mannerisms. Like you really became that person, and one of those examples that people do on social media where they talk about like, oh, how they'll walk into a room and everybody, like the friends and stuff like that, just be quiet or they change the conversation and they probably would snicker because like they were just probably talking about you in like in a negative way. And the last things you were saying was just like, you know, self-centered and this certain kind of mannerisms. I already recognize that you are affiliated with these people. So it's not something out of based out of paranoia or anything of that nature. Like I know who you are affiliated with. And so like I still just like I'm not trying to befriend you or even trying to get on your good side. I literally it's just, you know, I either admire your content or I admire your content to the point where definitely like I want to support it by, you know, giving you like, you know, your props. And or I like your content, I want to support it, and I'm just like, oh wow, like this is something that, you know, I would either like can learn from. It's not just something that's, you know, entertaining, like, oh, okay, well, this is like something that's I wouldn't say table talk because honestly, table talk is it's not even mid. But like, you know, you have something interesting to say or, you know, something interesting to share. You know what I mean? Like, mm, like it wasn't just entertaining or like, oh, this is haha, this is funny, or this is bull, this is like just an aesthetic. Like, oh no, actually, like this is actually, you know, this is nice. I mean, they're all nice. It's just like, oh, this is something that's actually like, you know, a life learning thing that I can like no, since you were wanting to share tips. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Nice. Yeah, yeah. Like, I'm so serious. Like, yo, you don't even have to talk to me or even acknowledge me or for real. And it's not me being like, you know, self-deprecating or not even liking myself. It's just that, you know, I am just one of the many followers that people will have. But whenever certain people who watch me, even if you have a low follower count, people will just want to go ahead and want to just be a bitch and just triangulate messages and just, you know, say some shit. And I'm just like, okay, look, I'm just gonna see myself out because I don't know what you're expecting for me to do, but I mean, I know what you hope, but that's not gonna happen. So let me just go ahead and just remove myself from from the situation because this is embarrassing. It should, or at least it should be for you because like, and y'all be laughing about it. Like, yo, y'all be laughing thinking that y'all be getting to me. I'm just like, no, this is no longer my environment. Apparently, like this is ridiculous. I'm like, okay, I see it. I'm not gonna be somewhere where I'm not welcome. You feel me? Sometimes I will, like if I see, you know, if it's that part where I need to take up space. But if I don't have to deal with this shit, no, no. I'm like, well, my interest and my concentrations is more important than you, so I'm going to do this. So yeah, that's ultimately what I wanted to say for the most part, in regards to this message. That's just that, you know, I see through your antics, and when you're saying that I'm self-centered, it's not about being self-centered. This right now is about self-preservation to the most common basic sense of I see exactly how you moved. You guys have been trying to harm me. You guys have been using me, exploiting me, capitalizing off of me, and you guys have been users, losers, users, and you have abused me with the help of people within the city and government. And for you to go ahead and utter that I am being self-centered is just like really you acting like a whiny bitch ass baby at the fact that you can no longer have the access to me like you once had. And I, if anything, it just justifies a lot of my moves. So appreciate it. And if you think that I'm self centered, sweetheart, well, then I think you're going to be really upset in the future because you, if anything, you've given me that window of opportunity to show you exactly, oh no, this, if anything, a self centered, like I can go harder. Sweet. And that's just based on, me loving myself. What I took from it, what I took from it ultimately was is that you are definitely feeling the cold. You are definitely extremely feeling the cold. But how other people might try to take it is as I'm the villain. Fuck those people. If you are that gullible enough to go ahead and realize, somebody is, has not stopped or ceased in regards to tainting my character, then fuck you and fuck them. You think I care about a Grammy? Half of you people can't even stomach me, let alone stand me. But Slim, what if you win? Wouldn't it be weird? Why? So you could just lie to get me here, so you can. So I mean, just like it's I mean, he was always like an up and up character part of me because I had wet my hair, so now it's just like a little. She just needs to be brushed. But yeah, like y'all just be on one. Y'all really, really be fucking on one. Y'all did the most to embarrass me, traffic me, and poison me and do nasty shit, and then ultimately try to kill me. But the fact that you thought that you actually had something to say that was poignant about me being self-centered is wild. I just wanted to speak up because I didn't want anybody else to be contaminated with the with brain rot that you guys definitely be infecting people with, amongst other things. So I just wanted to go ahead and mention, hey, look, before this goes any further, it's not me being self-centered. And if anyone wants to have that kind of discussion, then that's totally fine. Or if anybody wants to claim that identity for themselves, like that's totally fine too. Like I have every right to be putting myself first, considering all the shit that I've been through. But don't call it like self-centered. This is what I call about like this. Or if you wanted to go ahead and define it as being self-centered, where I focus on myself, considering all the shit that's happened to me, you absolutely can. But this is what I was telling you about the whole like half truths things, which is ultimately a lie because it's just like, well, she's not being self-centered. She's just being very aware and cognizant of the environment, and she's putting herself first. Because if there was ever a moment where she saw an innocent bystander or something like of that nature, and she wanted to help them, then clearly she is not self-centered. You know, I'm just, she's like, I'm just saying if anybody was smart enough to speak up for me, like, no, Shalise is properly allocating her emotions and responsibilities as an individual, and she's not giving you guys the time of day, you abusive losers. So perhaps maybe you can stop with your lies and your half truths and get your shit together and just take uh that karmic virtual offline judicial beating that you most absolutely deserve. Okay, and that's that is motherfucking that. But until then, for all the people who actually would advocate for me and my for me getting justice, as always, I appreciate that. I'm gonna go shortly. And as far as anybody else who obviously does not like me and wants to be talking that bullshit, you can go ahead and fuck yourselves as per usual. Now, yesterday I was on Facebook and I was discussing about I was showing some people some content that's in the newspapers, copyrighted, you know, legit, because I was just really tired of people really saving their face. And this is just one of the things that allude and is supportive information in regards to the corruption within Trenton, New Jersey. That's right, the capital of this state. That's right, the part where I had the mayor that I was discussing doing Mayor's brother doing drugs amongst other people that were doing drugs. I also had showed about that one person whose brother was convicted of child endangerment, and I was mentioning the whole part about inch and mile. And in one of my videos on my channel, I had also showed you guys about on one of my channels. I'm sorry, one of my channels. On one of my videos, I had showed you about where you can go ahead and find their what is it? Their their police records online, and from there you can see a few of their offenses where it comes to inch and mile. So if they were selling, so I mean, not if they were selling drugs at one point, and it also went up to like cocaine, and it was also next to a school. And so, like I said, inch and mile. Do you think that someone would really go ahead and just want to, and within the Black community, we have seen on multiple occasions on how a woman will finally call the cops after after they had enough, or after something like after they had enough, because there was always those increments, those benefits of a doubt, where if somebody was yelling, somebody threw something, it wasn't always the initial, like, a guy putting his hands on you or something like that. It was always something that was going to climb, 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 climb. You feel me? Climb, 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 climb. And with a person who exhibits the selling of drugs and doing this, that, here, and the third, these nefarious things, and it said on the paper, on the newspaper, that this person was convicted of multiple offenses. It's just like, okay, bet. So do you really think that somebody was really just being that somebody really paid? Because there was a when I showed it initially, or when I took when I took the content initially, like screenshotted it, the guy was still making payments his uh on his offense. So like there was an outstanding balance, so he decided to just pay that off. And so, but he was already outside of the state, so he really didn't care, but which is typical for people normally to do. But it was just like, okay, but no, he had decided to just pay it off instead of like small little increments. Anyway, the thing is that you don't expect from typical, like, within like this kind of neighborhood genre or race, like, for a woman to really call initially when there's some type of, like, child endangerment, like, a beating, or you grab their hand, or you yell at them or something like that. It has to be something serious. And so, even though that this person is being, only has the record for something small, well, excuse me, sorry, and I don't want to say that, because like that is a triggering moment for me for my own childhood, but for something that is not as serious as other greater offenses, does not mean that those other greater offenses didn't happen. If anything, that woman probably still, more than likely, still loves him and wanted to just have him hit for like a misdemeanor or a smaller crime, which we've all seen. And I say this only because that person did, off screen, behind the background, did do more horrible and wicked things, and allowed more horrible and wicked things to happen. And that also includes, I'm not saying with the mother, I'm just saying like the person who I was referencing to, the loser who's been initiating you guys to be with the fuck shit. She and him have both not done it, but like she not sexual, but she and him have both participated in child endangerment, and parts where it's just like seriously, like pedophilia and harming and things of that nature. I mean, obviously you see this right here with trafficking. So inch and mile, there's probably going to be not much of any guilt, remorse, or shame, or anything of that nature, because I'm a grown ass woman. However, with a child, it probably wouldn't even affect her either. But it's just like, this is probably not a one time thing for her. So there you go. All right, that's it. People are trying to, save face and trying to save their ass and trying to deflect, distract, and trying to make it seem like, nothing, things are not a big deal, and that I'm supposedly a horrible person, when I did not exclude myself from saying that Black people are inherently evil, okay? And I said before, specifically to break it down, that it was just like there's a good evil and there's the bad evil. And I feel like the good evil is when you are on um you are on some Amistad shit. Okay. People wouldn't say that that's evil, really, but it's just like people really don't have good ideas or perceptions of Black people. But it's just like they're, as you can see, I've already been vilified for having fucking boundaries. So, look, if you're gonna call me evil, I'm a the good kind of evil right now, and I'm showing you exactly like where you are not supposed to be fucking with me. And I've made that apparently very clear, which is why you had to do a lot of this fuck shit behind my fucking back. So, yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna go. Definitely. Um, going to address some of the people offline that have literally been, participating in my abuse. But we shall see. We shall see. All right. Bye. I'm really cute today. It's Friday. It's Friday. Yay.